guys, how you doing? Welcome to European Star. I'm one of the owners and master technicians here at the shop. I'm really excited to talk to you about this car we have for sale. It's a 2003, the first year of the facelift, 220 S55 AMG. A couple of things that are really exciting about this car. One of the things that I feel is the ultimate color combination is black on black. I'm sure a lot of you disagree with me, but some of you do agree that it's one of the most elegant, most amazing color combinations on any car. But there's a kicker. This is an Obsidian black. This has a little bit of a metal flake in it. And the other kicker with this car is this car's got 25,500 miles. I don't think there's very many of these around anymore. It's a keyless go car. It has Parktronic. The only thing that this car does not have is Distronic, but it has pretty much all the options that were offered in 2003. The car is practically brand new. It's very difficult to find any flaws with the car. The inside of the car smells like new. All the fluids, we just did all the services on the vehicle. We did all the fluids. We went through the whole thing with a fine-tooth comb. We inspected the ABC. We did the accumulators, all four of them, the two mains, front and rear, and you have a return accumulator and a pulsation dampener. All four of those have been replaced, and the two high-pressure ABC lines that are on the vehicle have been replaced. All the fluids have been replaced, spark plugs were replaced, valve cover gaskets. I'll be quite honest with you, the car it's like brand new. There's nothing else that needs to be done. It has fairly new Continentals on it. I think they're only a couple of years old. The vehicle is under the BG Lifetime Protection Plan Tier 1. It has been treated for the gasoline engine kit, which consists of three chemicals that has been put in. 5W40 synthetic oil has been put into the crankcase. Valve cover gaskets have been replaced so there's no leaks. Transmission service has been done. Differential service, brake fluid service, power steering service, and the ABC system has been completely flushed, new filter, and rodeo has been performed and it passed with flying colors. The pressure in the system never really dropped that much. The pump is strong. There's no leaks, no seepage, nothing on this vehicle. Again, I mentioned this in our last video. ABC is very misunderstood. As the years go on, I learn even more and more about ABC and the purpose of ABC. ABC basically is a fully controlled coilover system. It offers unbelievable ride quality in a car of this caliber, and also you get performance. The moment you push that ABC button, that car tightens up like if it had a high performance suspension system on it. Now let's say you have to go somewhere with the car and raise the suspension up and you don't want to scrape the bottom of the car. Two ride height actually there's three ride height settings, and you can set it to two other ride height settings. I honestly think it's a marvel of automotive engineering, which a lot of people are really against because, one, you have to maintain it. It's very special, and let's face it, Mercedes never was a subpar engineered vehicle. It was always the best. They were always in front of everybody when they engineered things. And if you want to be in a Mercedes, that unfortunately comes with the ownership, but I don't think there's anything more amazing than all this power that this car provides, but it feels like you're riding on a cloud. It's unbelievable. And when performance is needed, you push a couple of buttons and you can pretty much tackle 90 to 95% that's on the road, which I think is pretty amazing. The car's, I believe, close to 20 years old, but I still think it'll run a lot of people down the road. I mean, It really, really puts a damper on a lot of people with these new cars. It really does. We have a couple of these newer AMGs that come in. We have the GTs that come in. We just had a C63S come in. We had a C63 come in, and it is just unbelievable how different these cars are. I know S-Class and C-Class, I get it. I know how that is, but how somebody can drive a C63S for long distances, that's pretty much a full-blown race car. This car just gives you such a comfort level that you can drive it anywhere, and you're in pure comfort and luxury, and it offers almost just as much as the performance of that AMG C63. Granted, it wasn't as small and nimble, but yet I can put 4 adults comfortably in this car and keep up with everybody on the highway and race anybody I would want if I wanted to. And the reliability of the vehicle is just unbelievable. The quality of the leather inside, for example, the seats. These new leather seats, I don't even think they're leather anymore. I think it's like a plastic coated thing with like a leather skin on it. We do so many seat covers, it's not even funny. And we can't figure out what this new material is. The seats in this car, completely different story. There's real leather in this car, ladies and gentlemen. It's real leather. The smell of the leather, the plushness of the leather. That's another reason why I think the older cars they garner more of a quality than these new cars. Let's talk about why somebody would want this car. A lot of my customers that see the car, they're like, wow, what a beautiful car this is. And I said, yes. They're like, what year is it? And I say, it's 2003. And they're like, oh, geez, it is 2021. And I say, yeah, but you know what? Some of the older stuff really is built better. There was a different mindset. Even before this car was built, there was a different mindset when it came to building these cars. And over time, they've gotten into more performance. I think this car has a sweet spot where you get the luxury. I get it. It's not as luxurious as a 140 or as the build quality as a 126. However, as I do tell my customers, if you love the 126, if you love the 116, the 129, the 201, the 124, the 210, I'll always put a name to this car that this was Bruno Sacco, the engineer of all these vehicles. This was his last car that he designed. And it is basically like a 126. It's long and it's a very long body. It's very skinny, but it's very long. Not like the 140 where the 140 was wide and fat. This car I look at this car as like a 126 kind of on steroids. But the build quality isn't as good as a 126. However, you get better air conditioning, you get better performance, better reliability, better brakes. All across the board, I think there's more pros into owning this car than a 126. But again, that's my opinion. But once you get to the next S-Class, which is the 221, the repair bills they're a little bit higher. And I honestly think this car gives you more of a driver's feel. There's not as many gadgets in it as the 221 or the 222. You're more in tune with the car. I think this is the last driver's S-Class that they made where the driver was a part of the car. And I don't think a person could go wrong getting a specimen like this, especially one that's lived down here pretty much all its life. There's no rust or corrosion of any kind in the car. The car was not abused. There's no door dings on the car. If you're looking for a really, really amazing S-Class to put away as a sentimental thing or as an investment or something that you could really, really enjoy, I honestly don't think there's anything better than this. The new stuff, yeah, I'm sure there's something a little bit faster or there's some option in there that people are like, oh, this is better than this one. But I think as a package, the 220, the last years of the facelift 220, they're very good cars. You maintain them, you take care of them. I think the design of the car kind of blends in with today's cars. It's very aerodynamic. There's no, it's a really, really good car. And I think the person who's going to buy this car is going to be just as happy, if not happier than us. I mean, we're not the happiest about it because we can't have it. We would like to have it, but unfortunately business is business, and there's other people we need to make happy out there. So please, if you really want to be happy and you want to wake up every day staring at this thing in your garage, which I stare at this thing pretty much all the time I come in here, my coworkers, we all stare at this car. It really is a very amazing car, and whoever buys it, I can most humbly assure you, you're going to be one happy person when you do own this car.